Hey, how goes it? Ken Bozak from the BitcoinPodcast.com, here to talk about Bitcoin and Bitcoin accessories. And as always, my co-host John, Cryptotherapy here. Say hey, John.
On? You broke up there. I don't know what you told me to say. Can't hear an echo.
All right. I just told you to say hi. Tell everybody, how you're doing. How's your day been, by the way?
Slow. Didn't really do much today. Just kind of sat around the house and procrastinated.
I went to work. Dude, I had like a 9 hour work day, and then I had a 2 hour consultation with I don't know how much money these guys had, but they told me when they said something about $10,000 being like pennies, I was like, oh, okay, well, I don't even know what to talk about anymore. Like they were like, I was like, I would only invest money in Bitcoin. You can lose risk, like $50 a week. And he was like, 10 grand's like pennies, right? And I was like, oh, okay, well then do you, bro? $50 to me is a lot.
Yeah, good God, 10,000. It's pocket change. Some of these people are like, damn.
It
I wish I
is.
could get on that level.
Well, that's the thing though. The people that are already on that level are trying to get on our level. They want to know about Bitcoin, and I think that that's interesting. That these people have money but have no idea what to do with it or how to use it to get into things that help them make more money. I'm blessed that they thought. I mean, when they left it, when we ended our consultation, I always asked for like a little review, and they actually gave me a tip. So obviously they think that it was worth it financially and the time spent. And for me, I just get off on talking about Bitcoin, so I do it for free. Like I love Bitcoin. So like my whole day today was basically preparing for that and this. Let's go ahead and jump into the altcoin though, man. We got Augur here, Rep. Have you ever heard about Augur or Rep? Hey John, have you ever heard about Rep or Augur before?
There you are. You came back. You froze. Yeah. Actually, the first time I heard about it was when I just added it to their wallet, and that's when I looked into it. I thought that was a very neat project. It's a prediction market. Um, I think that's pretty awesome. Are you using it or anything?
I actually haven't used the prediction market, but I am holding some rep just because I think it's a cool like project. I believe
Yeah.
I'm honestly only holding two, but I got them when they were like $5, so I'm in profit. Yay.
Yeah. Yeah. I kind of wish I had held on to what I had, but I ended up selling it for something that I'm holding now. But
I found
can't
that.
remember exactly what I sold it for. Oh, actually, when I exchanged my auger, that was when I had an issue with Shapeshift. I sent it over to Shapeshift, and it said exchanging, and then I got a big old X at the end, and it said, "Oh, something went wrong, failed." Days for them to
Well, that's
finally
not that's sketchy.
get my coins back to me, refund my money.
I've checked out the prediction market and it was pretty crazy. Hey, where'd you go, John?
I'm
Oh,
right here.
there you
You're
go.
gone.
No, you were gone. No, it's just a stand picture of you. It's like a picture of you in a
Yes.
hot tub. I love it.
It's the same thing on my end for you. There you are.
So, with Rep though, the prediction market, I didn't even know that was a thing. Like, I wasn't even sure. Like, I had no clue what Augur's problem was trying to solve. I was like, so wait, they're just making up this weird like gambling thing, and it turns out prediction markets are already real. And they are solving
Yeah.
a real problem by putting this on a blockchain where the results are, open ledger results permanently on the blockchain. And basically, because it's a decentralized token in a sense, not too many government regulations have much hindrance in the things you can put in their prediction market. I've seen things where people were pretty much what it looks to me like betting or gambling, but they're betting on like terrorist activities or gambling on like just bad world events like a hurricane hitting somewhere. It's just you can literally predict anything, like who's going to win the election in 2000 and something.
Yeah. See, I wish I would have known about this when the last election was going on, because I would have liked to see who was betting on who.
Who would you have bet on though? Who do you think would have won the election? Like if you had to put money on it, would you have thought like the crooked system was going to make sure Hillary won, or did you actually think that the people were going to put a cartoon like Trump into power? Either way, it sounds like a crazy way of getting there.
Yeah, even though I didn't like any option or whatever, I didn't vote for neither one of them. But if I was betting on that prediction market, I would have bet that Hillary, because I was, I believe too much to have allowed Trump to get into there, but I was proven wrong.
Yeah, I probably would have bet on Hillary just because I didn't think Trump had a chance, but here we are. So
Yeah.
I would have lost money on that prediction market. I actually think we have a video on what is Augur that we can play for the audience. So let's go ahead and let them check this out. I'm fairly certain Augur wouldn't mind, so I'm going to play it.
Augur is a prediction market platform that rewards a user for correctly predicting future events. Prediction markets allow users to purchase and sell shares in the outcome of an event. The current market price of a share is an estimate of the probability of an event actually occurring. The prices of each share adds up to $1, so if you buy a share at even odds, it will cost you 50 cents.
Okay.
If you end up being right, you'll receive $1 for that share. These markets rely on a scientific principle known as the wisdom of the crowd, which states that if you ask enough people something, their average answer is usually far more accurate than any expert. This allows us to create one of the most powerful forecasting tools. The problem with previous prediction markets is that they were centralized, allowing them to be easily shut down. Another problem is that with any prediction market, someone has to report what actually happened after the event occurred. In centralized markets, one person does this, which means there can be mistakes or outright manipulation. With Augur, we'll have thousands of users reporting on these outcomes using something called reputation. Using Augur, anyone, anywhere in the world can create a market asking a question about anything. Market makers provide some initial funding for the market and in return receive some trading fees. Anybody can freely buy and sell shares in the outcome of that market. And the current share prices provide the best estimate of that event occurring. Imagine being able to Google questions about things that haven't happened yet and receiving accurate odds of their occurrence. That power, the power to glimpse into the future, is what we believe everyone should have access to.
But if anybody can vote with a rep token, can't you essentially just, fake the market if you have enough sway in any scenario? That doesn't make any sense. Hey, let me do a shout out real quick. James Bond, what up, brother? James Bond said Augur was a pump and dump. Was, as in, I guess the dump has happened because it's on its way down now to $18 from being about $30 recently. Ew, it was $36 and now it's on its way down. But it looks like it started out about $1, $2 throughout the year. Let's see, all time. As far as it lets me go back all the way to November 1st, 2016, or no, 2015, it was $1.74. Hey, James Bond, that's one hell of a pump and dump, dude. So let's shout out everybody here. We got It's Me Boss Lady, thank you Mr. Balls, Mark Crypto, Brian, 21 Million Club, thank you. Shane Singleton's in the house. We got Omar Frouk Batten in the house. Thank you guys for stopping by. I really appreciate y'all making the time to stop by. Phyllis and everybody, LOL Ken. Yeah, James. That's one hell of a pump and dump though, right? From $1 to $30 and it's still hanging out at 18. I don't know if it's so much a pump and dump.
I'm trying to zoom in on it real quick here.
Let's see.
Yeah, it's still going down. It doesn't look like the bottoms are going up at all.
Yeah, he says even Dennis said it's a big dump. Well, you could have said that back here when it ran up to $16 and dumped all the way back down to $5.74, and then it came back up and hit 13, dropped back down to $3, and it went from the $3 low to a new all-time high of $30.99, dropped again to $20, and then back up to 30. I don't know. I just see speculation and trading. I don't think it's much of a pump and dump. I mean, it isn't like it started out at $50 and just crashed to $1, and now people just FUD it. I think they actually have a use case. Their platform is really cool, man. Anybody can sign up for it and start their own prediction. You can predict who's going to win the next election and start it yourself.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, how do you actually get on that prediction market and start making predictions?
You have to just get on Augur. Yeah, on Augur's website. Who got in on Augur at $1? Yeah, you're right, James Bond. I got in at like the last one where it was like $5 or $7. I'm still holding.
Did you ever sell it, or did you just hold on to what you had?
I'm just holding on. And that's the thing, man. You said, oh, I wish I held on to those altcoins. Well, if I buy an altcoin, most likely I'm keeping it. It's money spent. Unless I'm doing it in a short trade. Like, sometimes I'll buy altcoins to make sure, like, hey, I'm just shorting this. It's a trade. But a lot of the time, if I buy an altcoin, it's just money I spent because I'm hoping it goes from a penny to $1.
Yeah. So I guess you just click on join Augur Beta, and then that's where you can start doing it?
Yes, yeah, you want to join the Augur Beta.
Okay.
Alright, so let's go into the live story here where we got Bitmain, Bitcoin Cash, hard fork, Merly constituency plan. I always say that word with like a bite in my tongue for UASF. Alright, so this article, let me refresh this. This article has 14,914 views with 271 total shares. This is an article by Joseph Young from the Cointelegraph. You can find a link in the description box below to all the information that we're providing. That way we know we're shouting out the content providers that provide us the content that we're using. So everybody check out the Cointelegraph. You can see the article here. Hey John, did you get a chance to read the article yet?
Some of it. And then you called me and said you were running late.
And I was running late. You didn't have to tell everybody I was running late, dude. I need people to think I'm fucking professional, bro. I'm gonna be professional.
Well,
yeah.
I was saying that. No, I'll let you read it there or you want me to read it because.
Yeah, no, you go for it this time.
Huh?
You got it this time.
In its initial announcement earlier this month, Bitmain, arguably the largest mining equipment manufacturer and a mining pool operator in the industry, threatened the community with a contentious hard fork in response to user-activated soft fork. As users, node runners, and businesses proposed the activation of BIP 148, a user-activated soft fork that ignores the presence of miners and activates segregated witness. Bitmain, the operator of Antpool, emphasized that it will lead a Bitcoin hard fork on August 1st and create Bitcoin Cash, a separate Bitcoin blockchain. So Bitcoin Cash is going to be what Bitcoin Unlimited was going to be, or?
I think what basically Bitcoin Cash is just going to be, in my opinion, ASIC coin. Bitmain is one of the largest mining hardware providers, as well as one of the biggest pool overseers. And right now, it just looks like they're making a coin that's going to be the best for their mining hardware. So it's basically just going to be an ASIC boosted coin. And I believe their marketing point is going to be that it's Bitcoin before SegWit. So it's the Bitcoin that you know now, not the Bitcoin that has gotten the update and has become a better cryptocurrency or a stronger blockchain. It's really just confusing the market. Where did you leave off? I'll pick up.
Hard fork.
All right, hard fork. Controversy emerged as Via BTC, one of the major mining pools and trading platforms, announced that it aims to pursue the development of Bitcoin Cash and hard fork the Bitcoin blockchain. The move from Via BTC was highly controversial and was considered a questionable decision by both the mining community and the industry, as the mining community has agreed to activate SegWit via BIP91 and BIP141. Even Bitmain noted in an official announcement released on July 24th that its introduction of Bitcoin Cash or the August 1st hard fork was merely a contingency plan for BIP 148 and the decision of via BTC to create Bitcoin Cash does not represent the decision and beliefs of Bitmain. So basically, Bitmain's being strong-armed into doing this by somebody they're in business with and has, more voting power in what they say the company really is. So just because Bitmain is promoting this doesn't mean that this is their core beliefs. This is just a business move on their end.
Via BTC.
Exactly. They're a majority shareholder. If you want to get into it, you could talk about the immediate risk.
Someone's got a question here. Will you have Bitcoin Cash on Ledger?
Yes.
1 of August 1st?
Yes. So Agartha, Ledger, and I believe KeepKey, and I actually believe Treasure. I know for sure Treasure, and I'm almost positive Ledger, and I'm pretty sure about KeepKey. But they all stated that in the event of the creation of a fork or whatever, when you wake up on your ledger, you will already have a wallet that is BCC, Bitcoin Cash, and you'll still have your Bitcoin wallet, BTC, but you will have an identical amount of Bitcoin and an identical amount of Bitcoin Cash, both sitting in your wallet. So when you plug your wallet in, you'll see Bitcoin, Bitcoin Cash. It's going to be really confusing once it hits the exchange, but I'm going to end up probably holding both. You can, if you want, sell your Bitcoin Cash and just buy more Bitcoin, BTC, and basically think of it as free money being airdropped into your account. Like somebody is basically going to create a coin that they're in a sense, they're forking into an altcoin. When they do this, you're going to get your BCC on your Ledger wallet, and you're going to be able to take that and either sell it on the exchange when BCC hits an exchange and buy more Bitcoin, or you can hold both and just hedge your bets and keep both coins. Like, I kept my Ethereum Classic as Ethereum Classic. I never sold it right away to buy more Ethereum, and I think I'm going to do the same thing for my Bitcoin. I'm just going to end up holding both. What would you do, though?
I'm selling that shit.
You're going to sell the BCC and buy BTC with it?
Yeah, aren't there some exchanges that are already trading it?
No, that I think
the futures of it.
Yeah, the futures of it. Yes, yeah. It's even more fucking confusing because you can take one Bitcoin that's worth like $3,000 and buy one BCC, and I think that it's at like $900 or something like that. I don't know, but it doesn't make any sense. I don't agree with it. I ain't doing it. Anybody in the comments? Are you buying any of these futures? Jeff Butts, Dash has come out saying they will not have SegWit, ever. Well, Dash is also really weird, and I don't know how I feel about Dash.
Does Dash need SegWit?
I don't think they do. I mean, eventually they might. You never know. I mean, I guess Dash doesn't really need it because of all their, like, other things they got going on. They kind of have a totally different thing going for them. So, I wanted to cover some of this before we get into our guest tonight. Shane Singleton. So they're forking off another 42 billion worth of coin, or 1 for 1. It's going to be 1 for 1. So if you have one Bitcoin, you're going to have one Bitcoin and one BCC. That's all. The immediate risk. Because of the contingency plan, the user-activated hard fork will be implemented by us only if the user-activated soft fork happens and poses an immediate risk to the Bitcoin ecosystem, says Bitmain team. So basically, if there's no user-activated soft fork, there won't be a user-activated hard fork, and we can all just stand down and call this Mexican standoff off. Like, we can all go home.
Bitcoin standoff.
It is, though, man, because I feel like everybody's going to lose from this. Nobody wins from this 3-way standoff, or I think 6-way standoff.
Yeah, really.
Oh, and Tree asked why I flipped my camera. Because every time I go big screen, John goes to, like, a still image, and it's not his video. But anyway, more importantly, Bitmain emphasized that it is an investment relationship with Via BTC, But the founder of VIA BTC has 10 times majority voting power over the decisions the company can make. Hence, the decision to hard fork the Bitcoin blockchain after the activation of BIP91 and BIP141, aka SegWit. Bitcoin gets SegWit, they're gonna hard fork. Is not necessarily supported by Bitmain. So I feel like it could be supported by Bitmain, but this is their out. This is them like, oh, you don't hold me responsible, man. It's the CEO, man. It's the guy in the big chair. He's making me do this. You make the hardware that's going to basically solely benefit from this blockchain. You're making an ASIC coin. So don't say that this isn't in your decision. Yes, it is. Don't lie. You think that they're doing this like to basically hype up their own creation, right?
There, you're back. Sorry, froze up. All right. So, what was your question?
Oh, you know what? Just go ahead. Read the distancing itself.
Bitmain and VIA BTC only share an investment relationship in which VIA BTC operates immediately. The founder of VIA BTC has 10 times the voting rights as those investors of VIA BTC. Therefore, the position of VIA BTC does not represent Bitmain's stance, said Bitmain. Although Bitmain has said in its latest announcement that it does not plan to rule out the possibility of the company supporting Bitcoin Cash, Bitmain emphasizes that the company is focused on activating segregated witness and pursuing the path of SegWit 2x. So, I don't know, it seems like they're just supportive, but they're just covering themselves with saying, "Yeah, it's VIA BTC thing."
Yeah, exactly. Oh, no, it's not. Yeah, it's you. Shut up, you dummy. Anyway, the question, questionable move. So, Jimmy Song, somebody I would love to have on our show, a well-respected researcher and Bitcoin developer, along with the other Bitcoin experts, and analyzed, described the decision of VIA BTC to pursue the development of a hard fork of Bitcoin Cash as a questionable move, considering that the mining community has already come to a consensus to activate SegWit and SegWit 2x. They're literally the only guy in the room that's like not gonna vote guilty. like you're the reason we're gonna go to a whole new trial. Like this is not beneficial to anybody. This is awful. Like seriously, I in my opinion, this is an awful thing to happen, and it could negatively affect the Bitcoin price drastically. Especially when people start getting confused on what to buy. Like it's going to go in the exchange, and we already have a weird questionable coin called BCC. So this is just throwing more confusion into it.
Which one did you buy? Which BCC did you get? Oh, I got the BitConnect.
Oh man, well it's probably better off that way than with Bitcoin Cash.
Yeah.
Song explained that he believes Bitcoin Cash is being initiated by a group of miners and users that do not support SegWit and are hoping for a drastic increase in block size. And to touch on that, I'm not the most knowledgeable in this. I'm an enthusiast with some experience. I got some financial battle wounds from the crypto battlefield. But I think I read that they're going for an 8 megabyte block size, dude. Like
Yeah. Like damn.
God damn! Yeah, dude. Yeah, it's Agartha is saying that the Chinese people ATM is wrong, they're doing it, blah blah blah. Yo, but you know what? China is most likely going to end up using BCC. Like that's real. There's a really good chance that that's going to be the coin that they choose, which could really affect the market.
Yeah, then you're gonna have to come over to America, and then you gotta exchange into BTC because we don't want that shit.
No, we don't.
It's just like you do with your fiat, you know.
Hey guys, we have a couple entries. We have 26 entries to win our Litecoin. As
75 was the most we had at one time.
all right, we had 75 live viewers at one point. We currently have 66 live viewers. If we can get to 100 live viewers, we will go ahead and give away some Litecoin live right here on the show. We do have a special guest coming in. I want to make sure he got the link and invitation to the Facebook, or from Facebook to the Google Hangouts. He has his own show. Have you ever heard of the Ethereum Evangelist?
No. That
He-
sounds like a really cool name.
Yo, his channel is younger than both of ours, and he has passed us with adding our subscribers together.
Shit. Let me look him up.
Yeah, Ethereum Evangelist.
Why do you think China would use the BCC?
Because it's beneficial. The reason I think China's going to use BCC is because it's basically the most incentive coin to do for the miners that are there. The miners want to get rich. They don't care about Bitcoin. They just want to make money. They don't care if Bitcoin survives or not. They already got the hardware. They'll move on. They'll do something else. They'll sell it. They'll figure it out. They already made so much money they don't give a shit. But they're going to take a stance and they're going to say, we're either going to get rich being Bitcoin miners or we're going to kill this whole Bitcoin thing and take it down with us.
And they could be dicks about it too. Like, you know, you purchase the mining hardware from Bitmain, and if they don't want you to mine Bitcoin after Bitcoin Cash comes out and they get on board with it, they could just remotely shut down your miner if you're trying to continue to mine Bitcoin, unless you were to deactivate that part of the code inside your hardware. But I hope that it doesn't come to that, you know?
I don't either, man, but I mean, it could go any direction. Honestly, we're just speculating. Anybody can speculate. We could be so wrong and it still turns out to be what happens. Like, that's how crazy, like, anything could happen right now.
I cannot find this guy's channel.
He said BCC is same as BitConnect. It should be in the description box. I think I have a link in the description box to Vincent. He is the Ethereum Evangelist, and he should be joining us any moment. If he can't make it, I guess we can go ahead and go on with the show. I did want to talk a little bit about how SEC, Security Exchange Commissions, got into cryptocurrencies, and how it looks like anybody dealing with an ICO has to be federally registered with the SEC. Basically, you're going to see exchanges like Poloniex telling you can't do any trading because they're not going to deal with America. They're just not going to deal with the American regulations. So we're going to see exchanges just disappearing or just not dealing with America, man.
Well, I'm using Cryptopia, so...
Yeah, but here's the thing. We're all using American-based internet service providers. And when the government starts to strong-arm these internet service providers, we're not going to be able to open our Coinbase app and communicate with the Coinbase servers. It's just not going to... They're just going to shut all this down from the internet provider side, and we're going to have to go back to peer-to-peer caveman times of Bitcoin before we had the convenience of Coinbase or the convenience of Poloniex. We're going to have to go back to not bartering, but the peer-to-peer system where if I want Bitcoin, I'm going to have to find somebody who has it because I can't buy it online. And I think when that occurs, it's just going to make the value go up because it's going to make it harder for people to sell, and it's going to make it more risky to buy. So I like it and hate it at the same time.
I should be okay. I got a VPN and I can get my IP address from a lot of places.
The 21 million club said, I'm Mexican, so I'm safe. And I hope you have a poncho ready for me, bro, because I'm ready to get the hell out of here. Like, I'm ready to go anywhere that's crypto friendly. VPN or proxy, it will be okay. It will be okay, but your internet service provider, even with some VPNs, know what's going on, man. You're only masking so much. I wouldn't trust a VPN not that much. Not if it's coming down to that level.
So I got a VPN. Yeah, it says I can change mine. Let me look at mine real quick. I can change mine and make it look like I'm in other countries as well.
Yeah, I use TunnelBear, and TunnelBear actually lets me look like I'm in another country, like Italy or something. They don't even care.
Yeah, I can connect to New Zealand, Netherlands, Sweden, Turkey, South Korea, China, Japan, all over the place. It's better to have a VPN than not.
Yeah, I'm definitely using TunnelBear as a VPN, but I do want to get a router. I want to get VPN hardware, so my hardware is encrypted, and any phone, any computer, anything I connect to my router is VPN protected from the gate. I don't have to worry about doing each individual thing. I can just get a VPN for my hardware, my router, and I don't have to get it on every laptop or every cell phone.
But is everything, like when you go that route, is everything protected from the router?
I don't think so. I'm not 100% sure. I don't. There's certain things, like I know John McAfee's working on some Sentinel product that's a hardware VPN proxy slash malware, and it has like some AI in it where it learns how people are trying to attack you and it like attacks back. There's all different kinds of hardware you can buy, but I would definitely recommend like a hardware VPN. TunnelBear is free for a certain amount. I have an affiliate link with TunnelBear, so if you go on my website, you can use TunnelBear from my affiliate link. And if you also become an affiliate, more and more people that sign up with your link, it actually gives you more and more megabytes of VPN before you actually have to pay for it. So hopefully I'll be lucky enough that so many people will go ahead and use my affiliate link. I won't have to pay for TunnelBear. It is free up to a certain sense, and then they want you to pay for it.
But the whole thing with, I wouldn't use a free VPN. Just personally, I wouldn't use a free VPN. If something's free, then that means that you're the product.
Yes,
so
it does.
Gotta be recording or something, you know.
And here's another a thing we can talk about. There was I lost my place because I was reading Mr. Balls down there, and he says John is going to eat his dig live on TV. I'm pretty sure he meant dick, but yeah, John McAfee said that he'll eat his dick on live TV if Bitcoin doesn't get to $500,000 each by 2020. Oh, I know. I remembered what I wanted to say. So here's the golden rule. If your government is why you want a VPN, don't use a VPN provider that's within your government's domain. So you might not want to use a United States provider of a VPN. Try to find something from Switzerland that provides a VPN, because they're just going to communicate with your government anyway.
Where's TunnelBear out of?
I actually don't know, but I told somebody I used TunnelBear, and they told me the golden rule was not to use an American VPN. So I'm assuming that it's an American one, but I don't want it to be, because it's probably my favorite as far as like user interface. It has a cute little bear that digs a hole and it pops up somewhere else like Mario. It's so awesome.
So, I know that was a NordVPN. That one's Panama or something like that.
Yeah, Panama. Yeah, anything from there, you're fine. So
yeah, so I think that after my subscription is up with the one I'm using, I might switch over to Wisdom. You know, it's just a little bit extra, a little bit more than what I have to pay for what I'm getting right now, but fucking worth it for it to be out of the country. Mine's U.S. based as well.
let me see, how many viewers do we have? Because if we get to we got 75 live viewers. If we can get 25, hey everybody, share this link, invite your friend. It doesn't matter. We hit 100 live viewers. I will pick a winner with this over here. One random person will win not 0.1, but 0.2 Litecoin, because yesterday's Litecoin carries over. We have 30 entries with 75 people watching live, so I don't think too many people care about the free Litecoin, which is great. I feel like you're actually here for the content, so thank you very much. Let's go ahead and switch up our layout, because it looks like our guest isn't going to be able to make it tonight, so we can go ahead and just bring the chat in on it. Let's see how this looks.
He was like, look at these two. They don't even have as much subscribers going on there.
Yeah, exactly. He was like, they're not worth my time over there on the Ken Bozak show.
Shit. Peasants.
Alright, it looks like everything looks good over here.
Somebody said TunnelBear's from Canada.
Oh, okay, cool. Somebody said TunnelBear is a Canadian VPN. Thank you for that. I appreciate the information.
I was just getting ready to tell you that.
Oh, what were you over there Google-Loogling?
No, I saw the comment come up and I was getting ready to Google it. Yeah.
Oh man, Agartha, thank you so much. Tree, I really appreciate you guys. James Bond and Mr. Balls. I really wish you guys had better usernames to shout out, but I love you anyway. Felix, like a tunnel. Look like TunnelBear is based out of Canada. That's awesome.
Oh, someone said if I use a VPN, can the people on my putting that trust into be monitoring you. They should state on their website whether they are logging what you're doing too. So you go with somebody who is upfront and saying, we're not watching you, and we're not tracking and logging where you're going and everything.
Yeah, that's true. You want to make sure that, because VPNs can log everything just in case they get subpoenaed for some reason. They can cooperate, and you don't want that.
Yeah. But as of right now, there's no laws saying that, at least in the States, saying that, you have to. So that's why some of these ones that are based, like mine, that's based in the U.S., they state that they're not logging. Shit can change real quick.
Well, did you see how quick things changed today? I actually didn't even get to open my... There we go. Bitcoin is $2,542 right now, dude. Talk about changing quick. That is a quick change, man. Oh,
Did you buy any when it went down below 2,000?
Yeah, at 1,800, I think, or somewhere around that. I grabbed a little bit. I grabbed like $200 worth. I'm not fucking rich, dude, but I mean, I grab what I can.
Yeah, as going with a job after college here, I'm once I get study, I'm buying this shit up as often as I can.
Yeah, people were like, when do you know when to buy? Do you wait for like a buy low? And I'm like, I buy every week at the same time every day, and I don't care what it costs, because by the time I sell it, it ain't gonna matter.
Right. Same thing. I just hope that at the beginning of the month that it's down so that I can buy. But if it's not, I buy it straight from Coinbase and send it straight to my ledger, or purchase some hash power with it or whatever. But yeah. So have you been in this long enough to like worry about taxes yet, or?
I got in when everything was so cheap, and I got a lot of everything. So overall, I definitely am above capital gains if I sold to everything today. But I don't plan on selling, and if I do, by the time I do sell it, I'm probably going to be in another country, so it doesn't even fucking matter. And I'm probably going to buy whatever I want with Bitcoin instead of cashing out to whatever local government currency I'm happening to be near. In my mind, in 10 years, I'm going to go to Switzerland and buy a yacht from somebody who wants Bitcoin for their yacht.
Or you could just, take your Bitcoin while you're in the U.S., buy a boat or whatever that you cashed out with Bitcoin, and then take your boat and go to whatever country you're trying to go to. So this way you don't have to worry about flying or anything. And then you'll be out of the country, you don't have to worry about the taxes shit. What are you going to do?
Yo, did you see that story though about the SEC and ICOs though? Like, what do you really think about that? Like, that's a big topic right now is the regulations that are coming into cryptocurrency. I think people are just so anti-government in this that like it's hard to have a normal conversation with them when you want to talk about government regulations and Bitcoin at the same time. Like, do you see any room or any place for Bitcoin and government regulations, or do you think they should just stay the fuck out of our kitchen?
I wish they would stay the fuck out of our kitchen, but I haven't seen the article that you're talking about, no.
I'm sitting here trying to find it, but yeah, they're just basically saying that like they're looking at exchanges to make sure that if they're offering ICOs, that they go through the Security Exchange Commission and become a registered federal trade exchange. Like, so I don't think anybody wants anything to do with that. You're not going to see any exchanges that are going to be like, oh, this sounds fucking great, let's do it. It's not going to happen. And I think personally, if the regulations do hit, we're probably going to see all these exchanges disappear, at least from the United States. And it's going to make it a little harder for us to get in, and the government's going to eventually figure out that that was a bad idea. We're going to vote people in that we want to, that has legislation in the best interest for us, the Bitcoin users. So if the government decides to do anything to prevent or delay or hinder Bitcoin, I think that's going to be the political jumpstart we need to get off our ass and get some real politicians into place that have us in mind when they get to places of power.
Well, is there any good that could come out of that? Like, does it insure your investment or anything like that?
I guess it has insurance on it, so I guess if they were to lose your shit or disappear, you have something somebody you can sue. But that's no exchange wants to be held responsible like that. That's not what
Yeah.
they're in this for, and that's not what the assets that they're trading. They could just disappear off their own exchange at any time anyway. Like if an ICO comes out and they just stop, it doesn't have anyone mining it. There's no blockchain for it or whatever. The exchange is going to be held responsible for the money lost by the investors that use their platform. No exchange is going to take any of this on their shoulders when it comes to the risks involved. We all know how risky it is to invest in this, and now they want all that risk to be insured by the exchanges.
We'll leave it up to Uncle Sam to go fuck up a good thing, right?
Yo, we have a question in here. It says, "What are your plans? What are y'all planning August 1st?" And that is by Death, I believe, DETH 6X. For me personally, I'm with James Bond. I had James Bond on the show not too long ago, and James Bond was telling me he's not worried. He's going on vacation. He's going to take a day off and hang out and relax. I took off from work. I'm going to be home from August 1st to August 2nd. I'm not leaving 24 hours. I'm going to be staring at my computer. I'm going to be waiting to get my free BCC, and I'm going to decide in the moment what to do. But planning up till August 1st, I already took my steps into place. I sold some Bitcoin. I'm holding most of it, but I sold some of it just in case. Even with Ethereum having their problems, I sold some of that just in case. I bought a bunch of Litecoin because I think that's the most drama-free cryptocurrency. And I'm just gonna wait it out. I'm gonna sit here. I'm gonna follow everything like a hawk. But I don't plan on selling my Bitcoin. I'm waiting for a buying opportunity. John, what are you doing for August 1st?
I actually built a bunker outside here, so I'm gonna go hunker down.
Oh, cool.
And,
Do you have enough food and water, man, to survive?
Yeah. They get me through August 3rd, you know. But no, I'm moving all of my Bitcoin off of any other wallet, you know, which I've only got a little bit of Bitcoin sitting on Coinami, you know, really. But I'm moving my Bitcoin and my daughter's Bitcoin onto the ledgers I was going to do anyway, and just hold on to it. I'm not going to sell it. I'm not going to move it around or anything. And as far as cloud mining goes, I've already made a withdrawal from Hashing 24, and this way the coins get to me soon enough until, like August 3rd or so, let the shit settle, and then make another purchase with the coins that are on the account or whatever, so that this way I'm not taking any risk or anything, and let them do the fuck up, you know?
Yep.
And when it comes to Genesis mining, here probably tomorrow or the day after tomorrow, I'm switching my mining allocations for SHA-256 back over to Litecoin, and hopefully that'll protect me or something, you know?
That's why I'm putting all my Bitcoin in one space for this one time, and I'm putting it all on my Ledger Blue. And Ledger has already said that they're going to be ready for whatever. And I'll be able to take my, like, Agartha said it, and you even said it too, we all might just sell our BCC for more BTC and just become Bitcoin whales. You know what I mean?
yeah. If I end up getting a 1-for-1 for the Bitcoin that I own, I'm selling that. I'm trying to get my Bitcoin.
Right now, John, we have 80 live viewers, and we have about 40 thumbs up. If we can get 55, if we can get like 15 more thumbs up, I'll do the giveaway.
Yeah, there you go.
I want to give it away. It's not like I don't want to give it away, but it has to be like worth our while, man. Like, in order for me to like even make a penny of this back, I have to get at least 100 views live. So I mean, it's just not even breaking even.
Wait, how many viewers did you say?
We have about 80 live viewers and 40 thumbs up.
Oh man, I gotta get off camera. I'm scared now.
I'm getting nervous.
It's getting too big.
We still only have 30 people entered to win the competition. Hey, 21 Million Club, my birthday's next week. Any free Bitcoin courtesy of BCC is welcome. Hey, 21 Million Club, I will send you 1 BCC when I get my split. I'll just send it to you because it's free money and I don't care and it's BCC. So I promise I'll send you one. It'll be my only BCC Bitcoin Cash transaction ever before I just bail on it.
Yeah, 53 likes.
One left.
One more like, guys, and we'll pick the winner live right here. Let me go back to this.
A 56.
All right, we're there. Thank you, everybody. I really appreciate the thumbs up. I hope you don't feel like I'm just buying all this love, but let's go ahead and pick a winner here live on the YouTubes. Live. All right, let's draw the winner. One person will win out of 30 potential users. I'm going to try to wait. You know what? Let me give one more minute. Everybody go ahead and enter. We'll wait one more minute.
You can open it back up?
Oh, wow. I can open it back up. All right. Give me a second.
It was closed.
Oh, it's closed? Oh, that's your own fault, guys. I'm sorry. Yeah, it is closed.
Closed about
Make sure
30
you come
minutes
back
in.
tomorrow. Every day I want to do this. All right. So we're going to draw a winner. I'm sorry if you didn't enter before the ending. It was at 10:30. We were supposed to have a guest. He didn't make it, unfortunately. Maybe we could have him on the show next week.
Entries usually close about 30 minutes into the show.
Yes, 30 minutes into the show, we have to get the entries done. And Scruffy Scruffington won. And that is the funnest winner name ever.
Scruffy Scrufferton. What is it? Scruffy Scrufferton?
ScruffyScrufferton@mail.com. I will be sending you an email. You must reply with your Litecoin address, and I will send you your 0.2 Litecoin. Congratulations, and thank you everybody for helping me get up to about 100 live viewers and a little over 50 thumbs up. That totally rocks. I love you guys. Anything else that we want to talk about, though, before the show concludes? Because we're kind of coming up close on our hour here, and I do not want to go past that.
Did you freeze?
Nope. No, I was wondering if you had anything that you might want to talk about. There's some news in today. I didn't know if anything caught your fancy.
Oh, I actually didn't watch too much of the news or, I was just kind of reading through what you had sent me here with this article.
I probably
But,
read all
I
the
did
articles
click
on
through some of the links and
Cointelegraph.
Look at via BTC and just read a little bit about that. How they've always been for. Now they want the Bitcoin Cash bullshit and. Yeah, that's really all I was doing here today. But
Well, I read another article earlier. I read these articles, guys. Like, this is I don't read. I will say this right here, right now. I fucking hate reading. It is my least favorite activity. I hate it. But when I talk about Bitcoin or I'm reading about Bitcoin, it's pleasureful. So I read these Bitcoin articles every day, pretty much as soon as they come out. I'm on Cointelegraph reading it. And I read an article today where it's the world's largest Bitcoin tumbling service announces sudden shutdown. Bitmixer.io. Dude, this company basically mixes Bitcoin, and their pitch was to keep it private because everybody has the right to privacy. But because of government regulations and things that they're afraid that they're eventually going to get tied up in, they're not even selling their business. And by the way, Bitmaker.io is valued at about $6 million. And they're just shutting the doors, and they're taking a political stance saying that the necessity for mixing Bitcoin isn't there for privacy. We have altcoins and separate blockchains for that ability to privatize. Oh, whoa! Mark Crypto!
what do you mean?
Whoa, wait, dude, we just got our first super chat payment for $1 from Canada. Here's my question, though. Is that $1 US or is that $1 Canadian? Because it says CA $1. Is that like,
I think it's Canadian
is that
dollars.
Canadian
I think
dollars?
that's Canadian dollar. I think that's a
It
Canadian.
switched to Canadian
dollar.
dollar.
Well, that is my first ever super chat where somebody sent me money via the YouTube chat where you can do that. I do that all the time. I sent Adam Meister some. I sent Vortex some. I'm sure eventually when I catch one of your live things, I'll send you some. I like to do it during live. Thanks again, Mark Crypto. That's awesome. I'm sorry to cut you off, John. What were you going to say about the Bitcoin mixer?
Yeah, what is that? What do you mean mixing Bitcoin?
Okay, so what it does is if because Bitcoin's not anonymous, it's synonymous. So if I take Bitcoin from Coinbase and send it to somebody, to buy illegal drugs or to hire a hitman or to whatever the reason may be, you could track that transaction back to my IP address, or you could track the Bitcoin transactions through the ledger. What you do with the mixer, it's basically a pool, where it's like a pool of Bitcoin or cryptocurrencies, and you send your Bitcoin in there, and you're basically trading somebody else who's looking to mix their Bitcoin too. You get their Bitcoin, they get your Bitcoin, and then the original transaction you wanted to take place actually happens later with the other guy's Bitcoin. So there's a lot going on in the middle where if they try to track it down, it's gone. You cannot go any farther than that mixer. And it basically, it's almost like a launderer for like illegal money.
Yeah.
It washes the money away.
Yeah, so I could like hire a hitman and then pawn it off.
I'm sorry, you broke up there, John.
I was saying, so I could hire a hitman and then pawn it off on somebody else, huh?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, and this is what BitMixer is starting to really politically and morally have cross feelings about. They don't even want to provide their service anymore, because it's not just about anonymity for government transactions. It's anonymity from everything. Like if you can't buy a book in North Korea because they don't want to allow that transaction. If you were to get caught in North Korea accepting a transaction from an outside government, you might be in trouble. So if you're selling your book to somebody in another country, and your country doesn't want you to do business with that other country, you might want your incoming to be mixed, to be anonymous, so they don't know what you sold or who sent or anything. So there's legal reasons and illegal reasons. Whoa, dude, Roy Vanes just sent us
I think.
Vines, sorry.
Roy
Vines from Australia. Australia rocks! Yeah, it does. It definitely rocks. I know Adam Meister's having a good time in Australia. I think Australian dollars are worth even less than Canadian dollars. And aren't Canadian dollars worth less than United States dollars? I'm not trying to sound ungrateful. I love it. Thank you so much. It's just, I'm really curious about this because I never got payment through YouTube. I'm pretty sure YouTube's going to take about 30% of that money, and I don't even know the exchange rate from it. So I guess I'll try to make a video on how much money YouTube keeps from each of my super chats, and how much I actually get when the exchange takes place. So I'm going to try to keep an eye on this. Thank you, everybody, for the super chats. Dude, that is so awesome.
It says that one Australian dollar is 79 cents US.
It's 158 for the two.
That's awesome. And one Canadian dollar is worth 80 cents. Okay, cool.
It's like three something.
That is awesome.
It's pretty good.
I love my audience. You guys rock, man. You totally just made my night.
Oh, look, you got two more right there.
Holy shit, dude. What the fuck is happening? Yo, Shane Singleton sent me some real American dollars.
We got the real.
Hold up, time out. I love you guys. Thank you for the fiat, but aren't we here to talk about crypto? You know what I'm saying? I feel like we're sitting here.
Have a button there.
I feel like we're sitting here talking about football and we're passing a baseball back and forth.
That'd be awesome if YouTube had right there in the super chat had a you link your Bitcoin address to that button and then they just send you Bitcoin through there,
That would be cool. That's probably YouTube's next step, man. The Bitcoin button. Maybe they don't want that because then they can't get their 30% though. You know what I'm saying? They get like 30% of that dollar.
Yeah.
I might be wrong, but I feel like it's around that rate. And I will buy Bitcoin with that. Every time my YouTube... Actually, I think it's Litecoin. My YouTube money is 100% dedicated to Litecoin. So every single time I get my YouTube check, all of it goes to Litecoin. And that's what's going to help me basically fund my Litecoin giveaways.
Yeah. I would like to do that too.
Where's your QR? It's right here, guys. Go ahead, send me Bitcoin. It's like, where's your QR
But
code?
he's not white enough for it to work.
It doesn't work. No, it doesn't work. It's very sad. Hey, at the end of the show, in a couple minutes, I will have a display for Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Litecoin. If you guys would like to send anything, you can send it with a message, I believe. I think those are all my Coinbase addresses. And I use Coinbase for that. That way I can make sure if anybody puts a note, I receive the note. So if you send me any Coinbase donations or tips or anything, please include a note. Let me know who you are. Let me know why you're sending it. And if you want to be anonymous, let me know so I don't shout you out and put you on blast by accident. How much is an American beer worth?
I think it depends on how you
It
buy
depends on it. I mean, right now, if we go next door, the bar's like what, $2.50 a beer?
$3 to $8 depending on what
Fuck
kind.
me, $3 a beer
If
at
you
the
go to a liquor
minimum.
store, it's
That's why I don't
anywhere
drink.
from, I want to say, I think our lowest 6-pack was $4 to like onward for beers.
The 21 Million Club said I should put whiteout in the spaces in between.
Or you could just stay at the sun for a while. See
You
if
should
that
paste
works.
the addresses in the description.
You should get a legit QR code. No, I did. This is supposed to scan, guys. This is legit. It just, I'm not white enough. And it kind of warps a little bit. So don't go ahead getting a Bitcoin tattoo thinking you're legit. $3 a beer is cheap.
Yeah, but that's
Mitchell
the
said
cheap
he said he pays $5 to $8. Dude, what bar are you going to?
That's
ones. Yeah,
a
but that's when you get decent beer.
that's a 6-pack.
Yeah, that's a 6-pack. If
What do you drink?
if it's $8 a beer, there ain't a girl cute enough to get a beer from me. I mean, except my girlfriend, babe. You want a beer?
I don't like beer. I don't drink.
All right, guys.
What, do you,
Good.
what beer are you drinking?
Me, I'm Miller Lite. No shame in my water game.
Yeah. People call my beer piss beer too. I drink Rolling Rock.
Rolling Rock.
Dude, that's some cheap ass fucking beer.
At least it's not natural ice. That natty ice.
Yeah.
Yo, he said, Mr. Ball said beer is cheaper than water in Germany.
Sounds
Dude,
about
I
right.
believe it. It sounds about right. It's super expensive in France, but how's the wine?
Hey, probably still expensive as fuck. It's fine.
You know what, guys? What if we start a Bitcoin brewing company and we name all the beer flavors after cryptocurrency? So we have Bitcoin beer, Litecoin beer, which is Bitcoin beer but light. We have Ethereum, and then we have Ethereum Classic beer, which is like a lighter
Darker
version.
beer.
Yeah, it could be a darker, more hoppy beer. I think Bitcoin beer has a thing, man, where we only sell the beer for Bitcoin. The company only uses Bitcoin to buy its goods and for its services, so it never not uses Bitcoin.
Doge can be wine.
And
'cause
then
it's a
Auger
ripoff.
could be the
Doge can be wine.
Doge can be wine.
She said Doge can be wine because it's a ripoff, yo. My girl's a savage. All right, guys. Shout out to everybody, yo. You want to shout out who your favorite people in the group are, bro? We can shout them out. We're about to get rolling.
Let's see, Mr. Balls. I really appreciate that guy coming over to my channel yesterday. Let's see, Jeff Butts, because I like that name.
So we got balls and butts in the room.
Balls and Butts are in here. Thanks to Roy Vines again and everybody who donated to Ken Bozak there.
Yeah, Shane Singleton and everybody. Thank you, Crypto Mark
See,
or Mark Crypto.
I've seen Dennis Turk in there a while. ELB Cosplay, good going there with the chat.
Hey.
Or EBL.
Yeah, she's
Shane
over here smiling. She's like, I'm the best admin chat room moderator ever. I have to pay her, by the way, everybody. Everybody, for the record, I pay EBL
He buys
Cosplay.
me dinner.
I buy you Wawa Munchies. That's what it is. She makes me pay her to do this, so abuse her. You know, make her do her job in that chat room. All right, let me get you on here, John, because for some reason it was just your thumbnail for a while. I don't know why, but it was. There you go. This is John Crothers, the co-host with the most host. He's the Crypto Therapy. His link is in the description box below. Make sure you check out his show. We will be here every weeknight at 10 p.m. We'll probably be here till 11 p.m. every weeknight live to go over the daily news and to bring a new altcoin into the topic at the beginning of the story. We may work on the format as we go, so I wouldn't get too comfortable with how things are. We may tweak things. We're going to try to figure out exactly how this show works best, and we can do that with you, the feedback. So after this video goes live, please drop a comment. Let me know how I can make this better or what we're doing and we don't need to change a thing. All right, guys. So this is Ken Bozak from the Nightly Crypto Show from the BitcoinPodcast.com. Not another Bitcoin podcast with Ken Bozak. And as always, John Crothers from Crypto Therapy. Thank you guys and have a day.
Later.
Later.